What's up, folks? I'm Dwayne, and this is Blackboard Gaming, where we teach you about all these great board games that are out there, waiting to be played by you and yours.
I'm a simple man, don't wanna complication.
Hey, everybody. So, I guess you're wondering, where's Alicia? She wasn't in the last video. Well, she's still around. Now, she's definitely going to be in the next video because this video is actually going to be a two-parter. And unfortunately, we weren't able to post a video last weekend because we went to Vegas because our oldest grandson graduated high school. So we spent the Memorial weekend in Vegas, and we were supposed to come back on Memorial Day, but our flight got canceled because of the weather, and we ended up being stranded there for a couple of days, which was fine. You know, we just got a couple extra days of rest, and I got a couple extra days of playing board games with my grandkids. But we're back. Well, I'm back. And like I said, Alicia is definitely going to be in the next video because this is a two-parter. Now, in 1 week, Alicia, she has one more week of school, and then she will officially be on summer break. Now, she got her hands in a couple different pots going through summer, but she will have more time and get some relaxation. So she is very excited. And I'm excited too because I get to, introduce her to some of the more heavier or lengthy games that she has showed interest in. And because, like I said, our time, we usually play games where we could get in, where we could fit it in, stuff like that. And she has, if you've watched the video, watched our channel for a while, you know that she has showed great gratitude to my board game groups. I have 3 different board game groups that I get to go play games with, and she has showed great gratitude because she knows I be looking to play something a little bit more heavier. So usually we play lighter games. Like winter break, we played so many games, and it was so much fun. So now summer break's coming up, and so in this video, I'm going to talk about 5 games that I'm looking forward to playing with Alicia over summer break. In the next video, she's going to give us 5 games that she's looking forward to playing. And so, without wasting any time, let's get right to it. So, the first game is a game that we actually just played. Her first play of it, my second play of it. And we played it on this past Mother's Day. And that game is called Obsession. Now, I was given this game, this copy from the designer at PAX Unplugged last year. And I heard so many great things about this game, and I was always attracted to the theme. And so I got taught this game from one of my board game buddies, and I really love this game. And I knew that my wife was going to be invested in it because of the theme. Like, one of the things about Alicia, she can be a hard sell when it comes to board game themes. If she's not invested in the theme, she's not going to really get into the game. And I appreciate that about her, So we sat down, Mother's Day, I cooked for her, and I asked her, hey, you want to try out Obsession? She's like, yeah, let's give it a shot. And we played it, and it took us about 2 days to get through it because, like I said, she had other things, she had to get ready for school and stuff. And, it's Obsession, it's kind of like a medium game, but it's a lot of ways to score points. And I usually, when I introduce my wife, I'm always coaching her through the game, showing her how to score points. And there's a lot of different ways to score points in this game. And I think she ended up winning. She won by 2 points. So in Obsession, we are take on the role of different families in England. And we are trying to rebuild our reputation. My wife calls it Downton Abbey, the board game, And so we rebuild our reputation by building up our estate and having different events. You know, we're building estate rooms, like we're building up like the cigar room or a garden or whatever, or different monuments. And then we're having events inviting different people known as gentries, you know, inviting different people to our estate to participate in these events. So you might go horseback riding or playing tennis or have a heated discussion about politics in the cigar room or whatever. And so these different gentries will bring reputation, you know, help raise your reputation, or they'll bring money and using that money to buy the different buildings, you know, the different rooms rather, to add to your estate. And all through the game, you're trying to attract the attention of the Fairchilds, you know. And if you have the Fairchilds in the game, they will give you a good, a good number of points rather. And how you score points, you're going to score points from your different estates. You're going to score points from the gentries. You know, once you got somebody in your hand, now they're coming to visit all the time. You're going to score points for how much money you have. You're going to score points for your level of reputation in the game. There's like just different ways. And so I really, like I said, I coach Alicia through the teach of the game, getting her to understand why you're, you know, inviting these certain people to the events, because one time you might be trying to get money. One time you might be trying to gain different prestige. There's two different prestige guests, you know, and the prestige guests sometimes will definitely bring you more reputation or more money and stuff like that. So you have to pay attention to all of that. And she really did enjoy it. And like I said, it took us a couple of days. You know, we just left it set up on the table. But now, going into summer break, we can just play a game just straight, you know. And she knows how to play it now. So I'm really looking forward to getting this back to the table with her. And that is Obsession. And like I said, she really loves the theme of this game. So there's a couple aspects that I forgot to mention when I was talking about Obsession. So I felt like I definitely need to do a little rewind here. The first thing I forgot to mention, which really is just a fun fact, that in the game, you're inviting gentries. And the definition of gentry is people of good social standing. So I thought that was a really fun fact. The second aspect, which is very important, is, like I said, I mentioned that you have to be at a certain reputation in order to have these events for these gentries, but you also have to make sure you have servant help. You know, all the players start with specific servant help, like you got a butler, a housekeeper, a valet, a lady's maid, and a footman. But you can hire more help because as you get through the game, you get people of higher prestige to come to these events, so they require more servant help. And you're cycling through the servant help because once you use them, they're tired and they go to bed and everything, and so now they got to move back up on your next turn. So I just really had to mention that. All right, the next one that I'm excited to get to the game table with her is this game here, Barcelona. Now, Barcelona is probably one of my favorite board and dice games, you know, and I like a lot of board and dice games, you know, and I picked this up at Gen Con last year, and I played it once, but I haven't played my own copy. So as part of the personal board game challenge, this is coming up. Now, when I showed my wife pictures of the game and told her about it, she was interested in playing it. And I'm like, really? You know, yeah. She said, I want to try this game out. And so in this game, it's set in 19th century Barcelona, and we are building up a new expansion to the city. And we're placing, you know, there are different levels of people. You got the working class, and they're trying to, you know, we're setting them out on the board, and we're building up the trans system, building up buildings and parks and stuff like that. And this game is beautiful on the table. It has beautiful art. It's very colorful. And like I said, my Alicia has showed interest in this. And so I'm like, oh, okay, you can help me with my personal board game challenge, which she has been. And she's played other city building games like Acropolis, and then there's what's the one? Oh, Shake That City and World Wonders. I mean, you're building up the city in that one with the monuments, but this one is just a little bit more heavier. So we're gonna see how that goes. I probably pick this at my next board game meetup. We each choose a game, and I think I'm gonna pick playing Barcelona again, so I'll be able to teach her. So that's this game. All right, the next game is a game that we played. We actually did a review of, and that is Lost Ruins of Arnak. Now, but it's with the latest expansion, the Missing Expedition, which gives a 2-player cooperative campaign mode. Now, when it comes to 2-player games, 9.9 times out of 10, I'm playing it with Alicia, And so I have been wanting to play this one. But like I said, it's a campaign, so I just want us to get invested into the campaign. And she really likes Lost Ruins of Arnak, and Lost Ruins of Arnak is pretty much in my top 5 games of all time. So, definitely want to play this. And if you don't know, Lost Ruins of Arnak, you are explorers, and we're trying to find these artifacts, and we're exploring this jungle, and we're dealing with guardians, and we're trying to move up this research track. You definitely need to move up the research track. And I think in the Missing Expedition, we're trying to find exactly that, the Missing Expedition. And so I've been wanting to play this with Alicia, and I told her about it. She was like, yeah, we can play that, over summer break. So that's Lost Ruins of Arnak with the Missing Expeditions expansion. So the next game is a game that's in my top 10, and I remember when I first introduced viticulture to Alicia, because when I was telling her about the theme, and she was like, oh, that sounds boring. And then we played it, and then she really loved it, because you own a winery. Now, neither one of us drink, so I guess that's why the theme didn't get really into it. She wasn't that invested at first, but when she found out that in this game it's very thematic. You own a winery, but you gotta actually plant the vines, then you gotta harvest the vines, then you gotta age the grapes, then you gotta change the grapes into wine, and then you're giving tours. You're doing different ways to earn money. Now, the times that we played it, I usually was the winner. So we have played viticulture with the cooperative expansion. Where we are cooperatively trying to get to 25 points, but we're also trying to move this shared influence token. And we're trying to get that to the end of the track. So we have to do a couple of things in order to win. And then there are asymmetric regions that give us special abilities or special things we got to do. So I played this a couple of times solo, and I really, really love this expansion. I mean, this is a great expansion. And so I asked her, I said, you want to play this one over summer break? She was like, yes. So yeah, this is number 4, All right. The last one is probably the heaviest game on this list. But, when I told her what the theme was, she said, I really want to try this game. And I'm like, okay. Because like I said, maybe she can play it. Because if she's invested in the theme, she'll give it a chance. And like one of the games that we played last year was Woodcraft, and Woodcraft is kind of like a combo-y heavy, not real heavy, but I was thinking that she might not get into it. She really got into it because she was invested in the theme, of using the dice and cutting the dice and all that. Now, the reason I brought up the dice, because the game that she is talking about is Scholars of the South Tigris. Now, the theme of this is we are translating these ancient scrolls. We're going out into the world finding these scrolls, and then we have to translate the scrolls to Arabic, and the different languages. There's Chinese, Persian, I want to say Syriac, and then there's Greek, and we're hiring translators in order to translate the scrolls. And sometimes you might have to hire two translators, because one translator might translate from Chinese to Greek, and then another translator translates from Greek to Arabic, And then what you learn from these scrolls, you're taking that knowledge and you going up these different tracks. So there's mathematics, there's astronomy, and all that. Now, she's really invested. She really, really likes the theme of this game. The challenge part about this game is, in order to do these actions, you're manipulating dice, and you're manipulating the pips and the colors. So there's certain actions, like there's primary colors and there's secondary colors. So let's say you got red and blue dice, but there's an action you have to have a purple dice. So you pretty much place both of those dice, and red and blue makes purple. And so you have to pay attention to all of that stuff. Some actions have to have a specific color dice. Some actions you have to have a certain pip value. And so I really like this game. This is one of my favorite games from 2023. And I'm like, she wants to try this game. And I don't know if she would like it. Like I said, it is got some complexity to it, because like she has shown interest in playing Ark Nova, and then the times that I've tried to show her the solo mode and everything, she was like, no, not yet, not ready yet, because Ark Nova is no short game, but I'm willing to check. I definitely want to get this back to the table, because I really do love Scholars of the South Tigris. Now, that's 5 games. But I do have an honorable mention, okay? Now, the honorable mention is a game that we played over winter break, and that is Life of the Amazonia. I hope if I had any of these boxes upside down, let me know. I don't think I did. Life of the Amazonia is like a next step Cascadia, which Cascadia is like one of her top 10 games of all time. We really did enjoy our play of this, but the reason I want to get it back to the table is because there is some great components in the game, but the trees I wasn't a big fan of. So there's a train store that may be like less than a mile from us, and I went in there looking for trees, and I ended up finding these little trees right here. So when we play next time, I'm going to implement these trees instead of those little cardboard trees. Yeah, I'm sad, but I'm happy because I'm sad. I don't know. I mean, take that as it is. So those are 5 or 6 games that I want to get to the table over Alicia's summer break. And the cool part about it is, presently, I'm going to be changing jobs in the next couple of weeks, which is going to grant me a little bit more time, because right now I work mid-shift, but this new job will have me working days, which will give me the nights. And you know what I'm going to do with those nights? Play more board games and spend more time with Alicia. So you're going to be seeing some changes coming up, and some more fun things. And like I said, I'm doing a lot of these videos on my own. Not a lot, at least half of them, because there's been some great ideas that I've had that, Alicia doesn't have enough insight on. So we're going to have some fun. Now, I hope you really like the contents of this video. In the comments below, let me know, what games are you looking forward to getting to the table over the summer? Like, you know, you might have family coming in and you might be like, I really want to play this game with that family member or that friend that's coming to visit. Or, like I said, there's other teachers out there who, you know, I know teachers, y'all have a lot of work on y'all plate. So when you're on summer break, you get a little time. Now you can tackle a heavier game like TI 4, Twilight Imperium 4, or Gloomhaven or whatever, which Gloomhaven is a game I really want to get into. So, but like I said, if you like the contents of this video, feel free to hit the like button, subscribe, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And I'm Dwayne. This has been Blackboard Gaming, and I will see you next time.